Hello. Thanks for agreeing to set up this interview. As you know, we only have a short amount of time, so let's go ahead and get started right away. Now, I know that you've been involved in some work on community issues. Can you tell me what attracted you to the community issue that you chose at the beginning of the semester?
Yes, my community issue, first off, it was texting and driving or distracted driving. It attracted to me because of its prevalence in the community and the fact that it is happening all over the world, and around 3,000 people a year die from it in the United States. Because it happens everywhere, and I personally have seen it happen right next to me, maybe on the road while I'm driving, it just bothers me because I know that it's something so stupid and people die from it, but it's also 100% preventable. Because it's 100% preventable, I feel like it's an important topic to be able to talk to people about, just so they know how easy it is to not actually text and drive. And to not text and drive, you just don't text and drive.
Okay, thank you. Now, your materials also said that you were involved in a community issue team project that focused on a call to action. Can you share with me what call to action your team put forward and why you chose that call to action?
Yes, so our call to action was to just ask the audience to think smart and don't text and drive, to simply put your phone down, keep it in your pocket, and just don't be looking at it. The second call to action we had was to ask people to take a pledge that's online by to just ask them to not text and drive by signing their name and simply having them pledge to not do it. And by having people actually sign their names and stating that they won't do something, they are more likely to not do it. Oops.
I see. Now, if I were to ask the other members of your team what they think your biggest strength is, what do you think they would say, and why do you think they would say it?
I think the other members of my team would say my biggest strength is working well with others, and I would also say they think that I am good at talking very conversationally and that I bring good gestures, good tone of voice, and confidence to the team. I also think they would say that I'm a good leader and helped really put everything together in this group and making sure everyone did equal work.
Okay, great. What for you was the most challenging thing about working with your team?
The most challenging part of working in a team for speech is finding time for everyone to come together because everyone's schedules are so different and so complicated. So finding a time for everyone to meet was one of the harder things. Also making sure that everyone had an equal amount of work and did an equal amount of work was very important. I didn't want anyone to feel like they were doing way more work than someone else. And I also wanted to make sure everyone was doing a speech that they enjoyed and felt passionately about. And so that was one of the other harder things. Otherwise, I felt like everything went really well in our group. And just another thing was trying to get an input from everyone in the group. There was one of my members in the group were very quiet, and it was kind of hard to get information from them. I wanted them to really have an input in what we were saying, so a couple times I would have to ask them questions and have to almost ask them to get them included in the conversation. Otherwise, everything just, went very well.
Thank you. Okay, last question. In 30 seconds or so, tell me what your biggest takeaway was from Com 110 this semester. What will stick with you and be useful to you?
Yes, of course. I have learned so much from Com 110 so far. First off, I've gained a lot of experience. Just public speaking in general is a really hard thing to do, and the more experience, the better. So, obviously, taking this class helped me gain more experience. I also have become more confident in my public speaking, and I learned over time that it's really not as scary as I used to always make it sound. I'm also way more prepared for things in the future, for if I'll be taking more communication classes. I'm also very much aware of the things that I can improve on from watching my old videos and writing personal reviews of myself. And of course, I have gained just a ton of different tips that I can use in the future with public speaking. And these tips will help me obviously become a better speaker. Thanks.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. We'll probably be in touch with you in the next few weeks or so. Take care.
Thank you.